before I go to sleep. A Stoic meditation for women. This nighttime meditation draws wisdom from ancient philosophy and the voices of female literary pioneers. As the darkness settles and the world grows quiet, I'm taking this time to turn inward and reflect on the day that has just passed. It is time to fortify my spirit for tomorrow. Tonight I recognize the truth that Charlotte Bronte proclaimed in her book Jane Eyre. I am no bird, and no net ensnares me. I am a free human being with an independent will. As I lay down to rest, I know that no circumstance today could diminish this fundamental truth. I remain free in my thoughts, sovereign in my choices, and unspoken in my spirit. When I consider the Stoic philosophy, I am reminded that external events have no power over my inner citadel. The challenges I face today were merely weather passing through my sky. Sometimes stormy, sometimes calm, but never permanent. I permit my core self to remain untouched and undiminished by these external changes. George Eliot reminds me that it is never too late to be what you might have been. And as I prepare for sleep, I drop the mask that I wore today to please others or fit into spaces too small for my soul. And I become my own settled self once more. When I consider the days ahead, I know they offer another chance to live more authentically, to speak my truth fully, and to show up more completely as myself. From this day forward, I commit myself to the practice of courage, not just in big moments, but in small ones too. With this Stoic principle, I understand I must speak up where once I might have stayed silent. When setting boundaries, where once I might have said yes. In honouring my own needs alongside the caring for others. I am committed to making this my Stoic practice moving forwards. When considering the words of Marcus Aurelius, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. I understand that every obstacle I encounter moving forward represents my training ground. I know that difficult conversations will test my patience and teach me about my own strength. I understand rejections that sting me, and the way I respond to those will reveal my own true resilience. And the fear that I feel will show me exactly the area in which I need to grow. Charlotte Bronte spoke the truth when she said, "Life appears to be too short to be spent in nursing animosity or registering wrongs." So tonight, as I go to sleep, I release any bitterness from today's disappointments, and I choose to transform every slight into wisdom, every setback into a lesson upon which to build tomorrow's success. George Eliot understood we must be among the few who dare to say what they think. And tomorrow I choose to honour that inner voice, that quiet wisdom that knows what is right for me. Even when others question my choices, I choose to trust my own judgment. Even when the path seems unclear, I will follow my inner compass and commit to protecting my inner peace by checking my emotional responses to the external influences around me. As I rest tonight, I strengthen this voice within me, for I know this is not the voice of ego or fear, but the voice of my deepest wisdom. This is the part of me that knows my worth, my purpose, my truth. And this voice will guide me through whatever tomorrow brings. The Stoic philosophy teaches me I shall become whatever I think about most. So tonight I tend the garden of my mind with care. I choose to water the thoughts that serve me and practice gratitude for today's gifts. With each deep breath I make, I remain confident in my abilities, and I maintain compassion for my imperfections. Tomorrow, I will weed out the thoughts that drain me, the comparisons to others, the regrets over past choices, those worries about things beyond my control, any doubts about my own worthiness. Like a skilled gardener, I will choose what grows in the soil of my consciousness. Tomorrow, I will ensure I become part of this great chain of women who choose to support other women. Perhaps I will encourage a friend, a mentor or a colleague. Or perhaps I will simply model what it looks like to live with integrity and courage. For I understand every day I live authentically makes it easier for other women to do the same. Every boundary I set teaches others their boundaries matter too. Every dream I pursue gives someone else permission to chase theirs. So I understand I am both the beneficiary and creator of this legacy of feminine strength. Charlotte Bronte's heroines were never perfect. They were real, flawed, and beautifully human. So tonight, I embrace my own imperfections, not as failures, but as proof I am courageously engaged with life. I acknowledge there were mistakes I made today, but that means I tried. I felt uncertain at times, and that means I am growing. When I was vulnerable, it proved that I am alive. The Stoic philosopher said, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Each day's mistakes are the compost from which tomorrow's wisdom grows. As a Stoic in training, I understand I must consider the 4 cardinal virtues every day. Wisdom in my decisions, courage in my actions, justice in my dealings with others, and temperance in my responses. These are not abstract ideals, but they are practical tools I use to navigate each and every moment. Tomorrow, I know my strength will not be loud or harsh. It will be quiet, steady, and unshakable. Like the heroines Bronte and Eliot created, I will possess a power that comes not from dominating others, but from mastering myself. Before sleep takes me, I acknowledge the gifts of this day. I am grateful for the challenges that made me stronger, the people who supported me, the moments of beauty that caught my attention, and the simple fact that I am here, alive, and capable of real growth. In the words of George Eliot, blessed is the influence of one true loving human soul on another. And tonight, as I rest, I am grateful for the true loving souls who have influenced mine, and for the opportunity to be that influence for others. It is now time to sleep. And as I surrender, I carry with me Charlotte Bronte's fierce independence, George Eliot's profound wisdom, and the unshakable inner strength of the Stoic masters. I rest not in exhaustion, but in the quiet satisfaction of a day fully lived. Tomorrow I will wake as the woman I am meant to be. Not perfect but authentic, not fearless but courageous, not unchanged by life's challenges, but strengthened by them. My dreams tonight will be filled with visions of the woman I am becoming. One that is confident in her worth. One that is clear in her purpose. Compassionate in her strength. And unstoppable in her determination to live a life that truly matters. Rest well, dear soul. You are exactly where you are meant to be.